Hello, welcome back. I'm Lost, and this is Space Engineers, where I am happy to see that this ship is still in place. If I'm right, the only thing holding this entire upper section on is this LCD panel. Yep. Okay, that is a bit loud. I find it amusing that this huge chunk of metal, which probably could have done serious harm to me, is being held on by a flat screen TV. That is some really good engineering. That was close. Oh, I don't want to. No, I don't want to make that jump. That might hurt. Out here without medical supplies. Let's not do anything stupid to get us killed. Nothing like watching a few hundred pounds of steel falling in front of your face. Yeah, that's a completely reverse. Really low on suit power. But that's okay. The battery should give us enough charge. And hopefully the sun won't take too long to come up. If it does, we're in trouble. I need a refinery and an assembler on this thing. Neither of which is small. Neither of which I might be able to put on a small ship. Unless I included that mod. Well, let's find out. Oxygen tank, hydrogen tank, gyroscopes. No, I did not. That's a problem. That is a problem. I cannot refine or assemble components on a small craft. So this work has been pointless, and I'm going to waste even more of my battery components. Oh, crap. I could set up a base. I hate the idea of setting up a base. Because that means I have to have more reactors, more batteries, more solar panels attached to an object that I'm just going to end up tearing down at some point when I decide to leave this planet. Because I don't necessarily want to come back. So what I'm thinking right now is, what do I actually need to get off this planet? I need an oxygen generator, I need hydrogen tanks, I need hydrogen generator. Well, that's the oxygen generator. Oxygen tanks, oxygen generator, hydrogen thrusters, and I need large hydrogen thrusters. But otherwise, I do not need a large ship. I don't need a huge amount of cargo capacity. I don't need a huge amount of resources poured into it. I could, in theory, put the control block, the antenna, and everything else I need right on this hull of a ship, and then put some hydrogen thrusters and massive hydrogen tanks on here, and just go, without bothering to harvest anything from the planet. The problem then is I have to get far enough outside of the gravity well with the hydrogen that I have that I can find an asteroid to set up on, where I will have to build a base because I'm not going to have enough fuel or space thrusters. I'm going to be completely dependent on hydrogen thrusters, which means that once I get out there, if I don't have the hydrogen I need, I'm going to have to harvest ice, which means I'm going to need a reactor or solar panels and batteries. So the question becomes, do I have the components I need to build what I need to get off this planet? Then, having gotten to orbit, do I have enough remaining components? I think the answer is no. I do not have enough to do what I need to do. So we're going to have to either set up a mobile base or a stationary base, and we're going to have to build on that base. Alright. First off, I'm clearing my toolbar. Because there's a way I like my toolbar set up. I want my welder to be 8, I want my grinder to be 9. take light armor blocks for now. What else do I need? I will need solar panels. I will need a battery. I would like a reactor. Eventually we'll put the medical room here. We will need an assembler. We will want a large cargo container. We don't have enough resources for that, do we? We'll do a small cargo container first. Alright, we're going to start out by disassembling. Alright. Well, this is as good a place as any for a base. I'm not going to build something fancy. My goal is very limited, very straightforward. I want to build enough of a base to work in and survive in. Nothing else matters. So what we're going to do, we're going to finish disassembling the engines because we need those. And we're going to need the steel. Can't get very far disassembling these things, can I? Even with 10 times storage capacity. Man, imagine trying to build that with single-size storage capacity. You'd never get anywhere. But I know there's some hardcore players out there who insist on doing it that way. Ah, crap. Okay. We landed well. Alright, I think the first thing I'm going to set up is a power plant. We're going to rely on solar and batteries, so... no point in disassembly right now. Let's get a little more steel. And we'll finish off this basic platform and then we'll run a line out. I don't even need to repeat these blocks. I could just leave them unfinished, but there is that OCD part of me that insists. Alright, now you're probably wondering why I'm doing this. Well, I want my solar panels up higher so that they can catch the light faster. Because I'm at the bottom of a pit, effectively. So what I'm going to do now is select my solar panel. Come on. Well, that didn't work. Oh yeah, my inertial dampener's off. Okay. Now I've got room to build. Put one there. One there. And one there. So I need construction components, 10 each, so I need 30 of those, 3 steel tubes, and 6 computers. All right. I almost did everything in a single go. It's kind of impressive. Okay, just a few more solar panels. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back down here and I'm going to knock out those. And batteries will go in. I have no doubt that I have nowhere near enough components for this. Just don't have enough battery parts. So we're going to focus on individual batteries for the moment. And we will work on getting the materials necessary to build power cells. If I'm lucky, I'll get 2 batteries. And that's a big if at this point. Yep, 1 battery. Great. So let's run up here. Now there is one thing I can do. I could, in theory, if I had the power, which I don't have, I could pick up the batteries that I'm going to cut loose from this and attach them to the base. But that's going to require a lot of components that I don't necessarily have right now. But I think it's something that we're going to have to do. So that will be one of our long-term goals. Until we have the components we need, we're just going to leave them alone. But let's see what we actually need to build batteries. Large blocks. A battery, I'm going to need iron, silicon, and nickel. 12.5 silicon, 319 iron, and 24 nickel each. Now, thankfully, I don't actually need all the components. Really what I need are power cells. But I'm going to need about 400 iron, no, 240 plus 40 is 280 iron, 24 silicon, and 48 nickel. So not too bad. I should be able to find that. I was about to say relatively easily, but I have no idea what I dropped near. Whoa. That was weird. So I just ground down an assembler. Let's go assembler. I'm just gonna hang it off the back. not oriented to give me the best access. That is okay. We can manage that. Let's go see if we can't get that refinery out. I'm going to need 3 spaces. Okay. Now I do have glass. And I might have some other components that have nickel. Glass will provide me the silicon. As long as I've got something else that gives me the nickel, I could just produce what I need for the batteries. Alright, we'll consider that. Interior plates, metal grids, computers. Okay. Wow, I need 10 more metal grids and a lot more interior plates. I don't know that I have a lot more interior plates. I don't. I do not have enough interior plates for what I was planning. Okay, so that large is not going to work. We're going to dump that. Alright, that will work. Actually, that might get moved. Let's see how big the assembler is. You know what? Let's move that. I have a better location for it in mind. And I can recover some of my steel. I do have interior plates. Oh, Christ. Ah. Oh, that didn't hurt too bad after all. I was really, really waiting for my health to drop a bit on that one. I was expecting a nice solid crunch. if I'm going to set up a base, then I'm going to do it right. There's no reason for me to have... Well, there's not currently a reason for me to have these cargo containers here, but I will want them eventually. Let me bring home a lot more ore. Home! Well, that is a wonderful way to describe this place. But it is that time, so we're going to call it for today. And next time we will try and, well, we'll finish emptying out those cargo containers. We'll take out the assembler and we'll try and finish disassembling that base, that landing ship. And we'll see how far we can get on building a flyer that will let us go scout. Now, the biggest problem we have right now, still no sunlight. So our solar panels aren't generating any energy, which means we aren't getting anywhere. So, one step at a time. Until then, good luck in your own survival and happy gaming.